Hi there, Anamomda. Um, I've been checking out your videos a little bit, your lucid dreaming stuff. And I've been checking out you. You're cute. You're one hot mama. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Uh, I just wanted to give you a few little hints from my years of lucid dreaming experience. First off, ask yourself, what are you really trying to accomplish from a lucid dream? Uh, it's kind of hard to know that. I don't even know that at this point, except exploration. I mean, there isn't necessarily any big answer, but there's a couple of other possibilities you may not have considered. First off, the beings or people that you meet in your dream. They may or may not be merely self-created thought forms. Don't ask me how I know this. I'm not trying to be cryptic, but this is a whole other topic. But they may be beings that actually are independent consciousnesses and that play a kind of game by coming in through the dreams of other people. Now, it can be tricky to tell which one's which, uh, but often, let me just suggest this idea too. Whether or not they're self-created thought forms, they can often have information from your deeper inner self, and questioning them with very specific questions about current problems in your life or what you want to accomplish in life or any kind of questions really, can yield interesting answers. It's no guarantee that you'll get answers because often, oddly enough, they can be fairly evasive, but they can also give you some interesting answers. But some of them actually are beings, from other levels of reality, which is really kind of a boggling thing. Another thing I wanted to say is yes, as far as disturbance and anger and things like that, breaking the dream state and waking you up, that will happen. But one thing I wanted to tell you is that it won't necessarily, just because you see blackness, if you see the image of the dream disappear and turn into blackness, basically you'll think you're about to wake up and that it's inevitable, but it's not necessarily inevitable. There's a state where you're actually still in a dream state, but all you see is blackness, and that in itself can be an interesting state. It's almost like being swimming in an ocean late at night. In the darkness, you can feel these ripples of energy, and you're just floating in blackness. But and that's basically the blackness of your closed eyes, but you're not awake. But you'll think it's inevitable that you wake up, but it's not. You can redirect it still from that point, and you basically, there'll be some trace of an image left over from the dream. Focus on that. Like, let's say it's a table, you're in a room with a table or something. Focus on that table and just forget kind of that you were waking up, and allow yourself to become re-involved in the imagery of the dream, and it suddenly becomes solid again, and you're back in, and you can knock on the table. So pretty interesting that way. And then it's hard to believe that it's a dream because it's so solid seeming. So as far as having it happen more often, and I've been doing this since I was like 16. I remember that first few lucid dreams that were extremely exciting. There was something very bewitching and spooky about the feeling and the whole thing. I still remember this spring morning when I was about 16. It may not have been the very first lucid dream, but it was the first lucid dream in my adolescence that had sort of got me into it. And I just remember walking down this road. I think it was basically like leaving my house and walking down a road, but it had this extremely bewitching, spooky sort of, what's the word, haunted kind of feeling to it, like walking down this sort of springtime road in the in the morning, and like leaving my house and walking down a road, and then the road became different than what the road actually was and things. But it was just a feeling that it was a vibe and a feeling that it was very interesting. But I mean, it was not something really similar to daily life. It was kind of in certain ways, but so I've been lucid dreaming for a long time, and there's ways that you can. I mean, there's a lot to it. There's if you want to really see how far I could go, you should read some Carlos Castaneda. He's this guy who went to study Yaqui Indian sorcerers in northwest Mexico. They have a whole sorcery involved with dreaming. They do a lot more with it than just having lucid dreams. I can tell you that. But it's quite interesting just to explore. You don't have to be doing some big thing, you know. Yeah, I for a while felt like I was developing it, but you really have to be disciplined. And then I just kind of, you know, stopped being so disciplined about it, and just basically now when I do it, I just explore dreams and look at things, and, you know, talk to people, and, you know, just enjoy it, enjoy the interestingness of it. But I don't know. That's really all I have to say. Yeah, as far as having it happen more often, the best thing is exactly what you're doing. Just think about it before you're falling asleep. Or another thing that works very well is, and this is definitely provable here, is when you fall asleep in the morning when it's light out, you're more likely to have lucid dreams. So if you wake up early and then give yourself the suggestion and then go back to sleep, for some reason the whole vibe that's like around you in the world of people awake and the light, sunlight, can really sort of add this conscious, sentient, lucid quality to your dreaming, especially if you give yourself the suggestion before you go to sleep. So, you know, you wake up and you think, okay, I'll go back to sleep now and have a lucid dream. I can't tell you how many times that's worked. So, that's something to think about too. But, all right. Good talking to you. Leave me a comment or something. You know? I seem to be getting a lot of viewers and some subscribers, but nobody's leaving any comments. So leave a comment.